All right, hey fans, welcome to a summer series where we're going to kick off some interviews with some of our players that have recently signed. And let's start with El Capitan here, Eddie Matsushima. Welcome back to another year. How's this summer been? Let's get it kick started with that. What have you been up to?
Summer's been good. My wife and I, we try to cram a year's worth of family events, hanging out with friends, doing everything into one summer. It's been pretty busy. We flew out to see my sister in Florida. I haven't seen her place in Florida yet. So she's been there for a few years. So that was nice. And then you know me, I'm training and working out and back on the ice already. So.
Well, we had you featured here the Panagraph a couple weeks ago. You're going to be a dad here coming up pretty soon, so congratulations. How's
Thank you, thank
how's the
you.
emotions? What are you going through right now?
Oh gosh, it's kind of crazy. My wife and I are both some days we look at each other and we're like, "Man, is this real?" And then we're like, "Well, we look at her belly and we're like, "Okay, yeah, this is real." But I think for us the real emotions are going to come when our baby's born. And I think it's a little bit different for us, right? Because of the timing. Our baby's due in like mid to late September. So we don't really have a room here to get ready, because we're literally going to be moving down to Bloomington right after she's born. So it's kind of a, unique situation for us, as our life has been playing pro hockey. But yeah, no, I'm really excited, a little nervous. We're having a girl, so it's a little different for me. I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I'm ready to be a girl dad yet, but we're gonna figure it out.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Let's talk some hockey here. And what fans might not understand is you're a veteran now. So this is a different offseason for you compared to years past. So can you elaborate on what that means for fans? I could, but I'll let you do the talking and what that means for you and how your approach was to this offseason.
Yeah, so I can't even believe I'm already a veteran. It doesn't feel like I am, but it just means that I've played over 250 ECHL games. I don't know if the American League games are in there too or not, but either way, it was only a few. But I've played over 250 professional games, and so teams are not allowed to qualify me. I'm a free agent at the end of every season from now on. And so typically in years past, you get qualified, you get protected, and you're kind of, I don't want to say stuck, but you kind of are stuck with your team based on, whether they qualify you or they protect you. And so this year, I was a free agent, the same as I was the last year. And so, I had a few teams reach out. But there was no place I'd rather be than Bloomington. So when signing day was allowed, Bars called me up and we just got it done right away.
Well, we've talked about this last year, but now a year in, I remember your answer last year of why you wanted to sign here, but now that you had a year under your belt, what is the answer to why you came back to Bloomington?
Man, that's it could be a long one. I love Bloomington. I think the fans are incredible. That was an atmosphere for a year one team that was just it was unbelievable. I still hearing them chant Chongmin Lee is like the coolest thing ever. I mean, that's just amazing. It sounded like the whole building was completely full. Um, the fans is one thing. I mean, Barsk is another really big piece of this puzzle. The staff. I mean, you, Andy. I mean, there's so many things in Bloomington that just like bring this organization together for me as a player that just makes me want to be a part of it. Um, being in year one, obviously we knew that there were going to be kinks in the road, and we knew that we were just going to have to kind of smooth things out and figure some things out. And I think, being a first year team, I think we handled those exceptionally well. And so I'm just beyond excited for what is to come in year two and to just grow on year one. And our equipment staff is back. Josh, Matt, obviously Barsk, Matt's like everybody's back. I mean, it's yeah. There's no place I'd rather be.
You talk about a year one team, and it was new for all of us, and some people were in the atmosphere of their first job in pro hockey within our staff, and it was Philip Barsky's first year as a head coach in the ECHL. So now all that stuff is smoothed out to an extent. We know what to expect moving into year two. So I want to ask this to you because this was also your first year, not only with an inaugural team, but you were the captain for the first time. Now, you wore a letter with the Tulsa Oilers previously, but what did you learn from being a captain last year? Was there any added pressure to that? Is there something that you want to maybe maneuver into year two that you thought you didn't? I know this is a loaded question, but is what does the captaincy all entail here moving into year two is basically my question.
Yeah, I don't think there's pressure. I think it's just, I mean, there might be some pressure, but I don't feel the pressure. I feel excitement. I think that we have an opportunity, with our leadership group to grow. Being a first year team with such young players, I've touched on that before. That's something that's new for me. And as I get older, the players keep getting younger. Um, and so, just learning how to handle some of those emotions from rookies, and just even some of the communication styles are just a little different, and just understanding that where trying to put myself in their shoes. For some of them, that's the 10 years ago for me, right? Trying to just understand where they're at, the emotions that they're experiencing, and just continuing to work on communication, and just making sure that our leadership group, we already have a great foundation with people coming back, and with Barsky and Mess, and um, I don't know that there's a ton that I'm gonna do differently. I mean, I am who I am to a fault. I think guys that have played with me kind of see that, but I think just allowing this year, allowing a lot of the older guys to just help pull the rope in the same direction. And I think that Barsk and you and everybody in Mass have kind of set our team up to have some more older guys, and just have guys all just pull the rope in the same direction.
What is the roadmap for you now when we get here in early October, late September? How does the training work? And actually, let's back it up. How was the training when you broke here from Bloomington? Do you take a month off? What's the process for you?
Yeah, so I I'm a little different. I don't take a lot of time off. I think I took 2 weeks off from the gym, and then I was right back at it. I mean, I'm a strength and conditioning coach in the summer, so I kind of have this whole program built out for my entire summer. So I kind of started that right away, and then I think I took the most I've ever taken off from the ice. I think I took a month and a half off of the ice. That I was still shooting pucks in Johnny's gym, and doing all that. But I took a month and a half off of the ice. And because of the 3-on-3 league that I play in, three ice, I had to get back on the ice and start getting into shape a little bit with that. But yeah, I mean, I get on the ice, and I'm on the ice right now. I think 2 to 3 times a week. I'm in the gym about five, and then we're shooting pucks pretty much every day.
You mentioned three ice, and I saw your post. Pierre Turgeon, is he your coach? Did I see that right?
Yes, that is correct.
What a heck of a guy to chew the fat with. Have you been able to have some lengthy conversations with him?
We haven't had any. I haven't gotten to kind of pick his brain too much about hockey. We've mostly chatted about three ice, because obviously playing 3-on-3 is a little different. We actually had a Zoom call with our entire team and Pierre, and I know he's enjoying the sun in Florida. He was on his boat for the Zoom call, so we thought that was pretty cool. And he just seems like a really really awesome guy, and I've got nothing but good things to say about him from the conversations we've had. And he's really fired up for this season three of Three Ice, and he wants to win. So obviously, I'm in the same boat.
So for fans that are unaware of this, give us some details of how they can follow you during this.
So for Three Ice, I think it's FanDuel Sports Network. I think that's the network that they're running it on. Otherwise, they're going to replay our games the day after on the NHL Network.
Okay.
So I think FanDuel Sports Network is that used to be what Bally Sports
Yep.
was,
Yep.
believe. And so yeah, so you can watch those games. I play July 23rd and August 6th. So we're only doing two regular season tour stops this summer. It's a little bit of a shortened season. We play in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We play at the Panthers practice facility. And again, those will be aired, I think, FanDuel Sports Network. And and on the NHL Network the following day. But they are Wednesdays, so if you guys are like, wait a minute, those are kind of weird dates. They are Wednesdays that we play on. So.
And then finally, shameless plug for your strength and conditioning that you're doing. You want to throw something out there?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no. That's good. We're just. I mean, we have a gym. I mean, John Chavo.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
owns the Best Shift training facility. We have a really awesome full gym. We just call it our gym, but half of it is a roller hockey mini rink, and then we have the other half. It's actually our actual gym with weights. And no, we just have a great little spot in Eagan, Minnesota, where we train, and yeah, it's awesome.
Well, Eddie, on behalf of not only just the Bloomington Bison organization, but the community as well, welcomes you back. Thank you for signing again this year. Congratulations, not only to you, but now to your family that's going to be three pretty soon.
Thank you, thank you. I could not be more excited to be back in Bloomington this year.